Greetings from LoanTap. Welcome to the third episode of Good Loans from LoanTap. Well, today is a very special episode because today we have someone who has been interacting with the customers on and off the field for more than over a decade. Today we have Rebecca. She's the head of customer service department in LoanTap. Well, Rebecca, we are very happy to have you today, and we are sure we're going to hear a lot of good incidents and stories related to your customers. As we all know, customer is a very vital part in the lending industry. So Rebecca, to start with the first question, you have been in the industry for like over 17, 18 years. And I mean, I'm sure when you have started, the whole customer service industry was very different because we have now new technologies, the things have changed, the new guidelines and everything. So how do you think the change has, changed the whole industry and how it is right now?
So what I've seen is earlier, the communication was only through your rotary phones. Or your call centers, and you did not have any means to get in touch with the customer. You had to wait in a queue for a very long time because obviously the services were very slow, and at the end of it the customer would get frustrated and give up on calling a call center or even not expect timely help. But now, because the industry has changed, we have so much going on digitally, so the customers have also grown exponentially with their requests through live chats, WhatsApp, social media. So you have a number of mediums where the customer can get in touch with you, and sometimes it's great because your services also are aligned based on what the customer's requirement is. If you need your brand loyalty, you need to have quicker services, so that's what we target for. So over the period of time, there have been massive changes in the industry digitally, and I guess that really helps so that we can be one up higher to help our customers in their needs or whatever they need from a particular company, from our company, and we are able to help them or assist them and resolve their problems.
Well, rightly said, because with the advent of technology, we have also seen the accessibility for a customer to reach a brand has increased. There's social media, there's email marketing, and I think social media is a very important channel where how the customer interacts with the brand. If they have a problem, they just post it on Twitter, and brands are actively responding to it. And not even that brand. I mean, many other competitor brands are taking that opportunity to respond to the customer. So I think the customer delight factor is very important right now. And being in this industry for so long, I'm sure you must have a very deep insights about what is that one common problem that comes again and again from a customer, especially in the lending industry. And so would you like to share, what, according to you, in your opinion, what could be that problem, and some tips and tricks that can help the customer to earn the better in their overall loan lending journey?
So as you know, whenever we approach a lending company for a loan, we need to see how much a customer is able to pay his EMIs while also taking care of his other expenses, while also he can save some money. And sometimes we just as if I place myself as a customer and I am in need of a loan, even if I know that my requirement is say A amount, but I apply for an X amount, that is where I go wrong. So we need to, first of all, as a customer, also understand what is my paying capability.
Okay.
More so over in future, you cannot foresee some things, like we had COVID in between.
Yes.
The paying became a pain for people because a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people were working from home. They had a lot of debts that were accumulating, and paying an EMI which they have decided to pay before this incident happened in our lives. Or rather, I would say that it's not only a COVID that made this, but in general also sometimes a loss of job also affects a lot, decrease in salary. So this all affects over the period of time, and sometimes the pain factors are financial crisis that people go through. They are not able to afford that EMI. They want the EMIs to be reduced, or they are not able to pay timely. They want to pay after a few months, or they are never able to pay. So this is one of the factors. Other factors would be a support pain, or you can say a pain point with support. Like I said earlier, getting in touch with a customer service executive would take at least I believe 15 to 20 minutes on call, pressing various options.
Yes, we all know how that
For
feels.
yes, so sometimes the call would get transferred to some other department, then you had to wait for them to reconnect, or it would get disconnected. But now it is not like that. You have chats, where you have ready answers, or customer can get immediate resolution without actually going to a customer service executive, or they can write to us and we can handle that. So customers do face these problems financially, support wise, and it is very important for us to always be available to assist them.
Well, that was some great insight from you. But like for example, suppose I'm a customer and I need a loan. So what according to you in your experience should be some tips and tricks that I should take care of? Because I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, if I'm gonna have a job or not, if the EMI or the plan that I have in mind to repay my loan isn't still in place. So what according to you as a customer I should take care of?
See, like I said earlier also, one is you really need to save, and you need to understand what is your paying capacity when you take a loan or multiple loans. You need to at least have your entire loans compared to your income, whatever EMIs you're paying should not be more than 40% of your income. You should not surpass that figure. Moreover, once you get to know that your expenses are getting on the higher side, that's when you know that your EMI payments can get delayed, or you will not be able to pay. Plus, I also feel the earlier you finish your loans, uh, for example, like I choose a tenure, I sometimes want to choose a longer tenure, so that I can just pay a minimal amount and be happy about it, and I can use that other monies that I have saved for other expenses. But sometimes that can become a pain point in future, because that keeps accumulating.
Okay.
And you have to keep waiting to repay your loan. The lesser the tenure, the better for you to complete your EMIs on time, and you be a free man or a free person. And moreover, if you go to see, you have so many options. Yes, the customer should also read his terms and conditions or the loan agreement, because most of the times we just sign, because we know that okay, the terms and conditions will be just similar to normal whatever we give, and we feel it's okay just to sign without reading because it's fine print. So we don't take that effort as a customer to read, but believe me, that really helps in future. And we know what the repayment options are. You can foreclose your loan earlier, so savings are important. These are a few points that we should keep in mind, so that we don't have to face circumstances in our life where we are indebted, and we have to pay penalties, and we start getting calls, and that's one point which I feel we should take care as a customer.
Well, I think these are quite nice set of points that one should take care of, and also the point in terms of terms and conditions is very important, because as a customer, I don't think we read anything. We just want to get a loan. We just want to get it over with, and I think many customers might also call you before taking a loan, and I think your team must also explaining them what are the terms and conditions, what you should do and not. I think that's a really great initiative also. Now, talking about all the general stuff is fine, but since we're talking about customers, I mean, it's only correct that we talk about some personal experiences. I mean, you have been interacting with a lot of customers. So, I mean, is there any particular incident or story that you would want to share? There's something that you remember about a customer, or some incident that happened that really made you, go a mile, or something that made you really believe in the industry that you are and how you are, doing good for the customers?
First of all, I'd like to mention that empathy is very necessary. You may be doing your job, and you may have to say a few things which you are allowed to say, and a few things which you are not allowed to say or do. But sometimes you need to understand where the customer comes from, and to increase your brand loyalty, you can say, or to have this customer referring you to other people. It is very important to understand what the query is, where you can help that customer, go an extra mile. So yes, I do have a lot of incidents, but I will just mention a recent one. where we resolved the customer's issue in half an hour of receiving it. So I'll just take you through that incident. So like we have our EMI due dates. So the customer paid the EMI manually, whereas there was an option, or she could have waited for the NACH to be presented and then deducted from her account. But she just paid. So both of those happened on the very same day.
Okay.
So that was one problem.
Like a double EMI.
Like a double EMI thing. And later on, she had a medical issue, which she called us and she intimated us that she has some issues, medical issues, mom's illness. So normally, whenever you're making a payment, that gets adjusted.
Okay.
So obviously, I cannot refund that amount. But because looking at her condition and as a special case, we went that extra mile, and that one EMI that she paid extra, we got it refunded. So that activity happened within half an hour, which is quite commendable, because sometimes it can take an entire day to resolve a customer's issue. And these are the examples which you set forth to the customer and give them a good example of how good your customer service is, what LoanTap can do for you, and what LoanTap is capable of, and how we can gain like I said, brand loyalty, and that is very important. So this is one of the examples I'd like to mention.
It was a really great example, because we all know how we can get caught up in the policies and the processes, and things can go around and round, and the customer is lost. I mean, the problem is lost, but certainly, I mean, half an hour is a pretty short time. I mean, I think a phone call would only take 10 minutes for her to explain the problem. Well, that was really great, Rebecca. I mean, and we are really glad to have you here, because it's really important that the customers know, I mean, the customer service side of the industry. And I think you gave us a lot of tips and tricks also for the customers to understand what they should do and how they can smoothen out the whole loan journey, and also about what happens behind the scenes. I mean, when a problem comes, you actually look at the problem and not just give them rules and regulations. Like you give the example of in half an hour you solved a problem. Well, it's really important. And also the fact that you talked about how the industry have changed, how you have become more and more approachable, and the customer need not to worry, they can always reach out to you. So I think it was really great to have you, Rebecca.
So just to end the conversation a little bit is, I just wanted to put in a line about how you can convert this into good loans. One is being approachable to the customer, being flexible and able to assist them at any given point of time. And obviously, once again, I would say increasing your brand loyalty, and also letting them know what LoanTap can do and what LoanTap is right now, and the facilities that we have. That really helps in converting this into a good loan.
Well, right now, I think LoanTap can say that LoanTap is very pleased to have you with us.
My pleasure.
Thank you for sharing all your incident and personal stories, and I'm sure there might be many more such incidents where you are helping the customers and building the brand's loyalty. So well, guys, this was the third episode from Good Loans from LoanTap. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for more, and thank you for watching.
Thank you for having me.